Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something a bit different.
We are. We've got excerpts from a children's book, actually. It's called Rosie and the Friendly Raincloud. Sounds charming, but there's quite a bit there.
Definitely. So our mission, you could say, is to explore the story, the main characters. Rosie, who's this cheerful girl,
Loves making friends, yeah.
and Raindrop, a little gray rain cloud.
And we want to see what lessons we can pull from it about, well, perspective and friendship, really.
Okay, so let's start with Raindrop. He's having a tough time at the beginning, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. The source material makes it clear he feels really disliked.
Yeah.
Just because he's a rain cloud.
You hear people complaining, right? Things like,
My hair. Or, my socks are wet.
yeah, or I just dried off from yesterday's cloud, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And all that negativity, feeling unwanted just for being himself,
Yeah.
it actually causes him to start shrinking, physically getting smaller.
Wow, that's quite a visual, how external stuff can just sort of diminish you.
It really is. So he's shrinking away.
But then Rosie shows up, and she sees things differently. She says something like,
Maybe you just haven't met the right people yet.
right. And that gives her an idea.
And this is the key moment, I think. Rosie doesn't tell Raindrop not to rain. That's his nature.
Good point.
Instead, she changes the context, interaction. The source says she just uses simple things. Sidewalk chalk, her boots.
A grin, it mentions.
A grin, yes. And she totally reframes it. Draws hopscotch right there on the wet pavement.
And shouts, what was it, free puddle party.
Exactly. Free puddle party.
That just flips the whole script, doesn't it? It's not about soggy socks anymore.
Not at all. It becomes an invitation. And the result is, well, it's described as really joyful.
So Raindrop, sensing this change, he rains gently.
Just the right amount for puddles, yeah. And
Yeah.
kids come running. They're laughing, slipping, sliding.
Rosie's twirling, the ducks are dancing.
It's a whole scene.
Yes.
And Raindrop, the one who was shrinking, now he's like beaming with pride.
From shrinking to beaming. Just because someone helped others see his rain differently.
And he gets a new title. Right.
Oh yeah, the official cloud of happy drizzles and backyard puddle jumps.
He's still a rain cloud. But his role, his value in the eyes of others, is completely transformed.
Rosie even tells him, you're a great friend. And that he just needed someone to help people see his, what was the phrase?
His silver lining.
Silver lining, right.
And this ties directly into the lessons the source spells out. Like, everyone has value, even if it's not obvious at first.
Or not appreciated by everyone, maybe?
Precisely. And that friendship can come from understanding, from including people or clouds, rather than trying to fix them.
And that, even things we think are gloomy, like a rainy day.
Ruining your hair.
Yeah, that can actually be a source of joy if you just look at it differently, maybe put on some boots.
It comes back to that core idea from the source.
Yeah.
True friends see the beauty in your drizzle, even when the skies are gray.
I like that. The beauty in your drizzle.
It shows how the exact same thing, rain, can be seen as bad or good.
Yeah.
And friendship perspective, that's what makes the difference.
So thinking about that for you, the listener, how might this idea apply when you run into something or maybe someone that gets a negative reaction from others?
Yeah, something people tend to groan about.
What does it mean to consciously look for that silver lining or that beauty in the drizzle in those maybe unexpected places?
And here's something else to maybe chew on based purely on the source. Raindrop becomes the cloud of happy drizzles and backyard puddle jumps. So his value, it was always in his nature, right? In the raining itself.
It seems so.
But it took a change in how others interacted with that nature for the value to be like unlocked and celebrated. So what does that suggest about how we find value, in the world or maybe even in ourselves and how we recognize it in other people?